Broadcasting from Manhattan Beach and the World Wide Web, you're listening to CHSR, HealthyLife.net.
As a service to our listeners, this program is for general information and entertainment purposes only. CHSR HealthyLife.net does not recommend, endorse, or object to the views, products, or topics expressed or discussed by show hosts or their guests. We suggest you always consult with your own personal, medical, financial, or legal advisor.
Welcome to RadioAMB, designed for those who want to live a long and vibrant life. We think pretty is pretty important in all things in beauty. I'm Patty Schmucker, a licensed cosmetologist who's been in the beauty industry for about over 40 years. RadioAMB, which stands for American Made Beauty, is where we tell the secrets behind the making of health and beauty products. Our segment sponsor today is AmericanMadeBeauty.com, a platform designed to help consumers find beauty companies that are implementing the industry's best practices to bring you quality products and services. Go to AmericanMadeBeauty.com to find beauty products and services that meet a strict standard that reflect their American heritage. Check out our newest brands that have earned verification, including Skin, Spare My Hair, and Intelligent Skin Sets. That's AmericanMadeBeauty.com. Wow, what a lineup of royalty for the beauty industry we've had here at the show with an opportunity to chat this month. If you missed our show last week, go back and hear the powerful interview with my friend David Wagner, daymaker and owner of Jute Salon and Spa. Next week, we sit down with Van Council of Van Michael Salon, and today I'm so honored to bring you one of the professional beauty industry's most beloved leaders. During our feature segment, we'll be reminiscing with retiring editor-in-chief of American Salon Magazine, Marianne Dougherty, about the greatest moments in her career, reporting on 4 decades of some of the most powerful startups in beauty history. I hope that we'll get some time to get some sage advice from her for those of you who are in the middle of your career on how to stay relevant in the market today, and if you're beginning, just how to really experience success in our industry. And we'll wrap up by learning about an organization she's still passionate about called Beauty Bus. So let me tell you just a little bit more about my guest who's returning to us at our show. We first introduced Marianne to our audience back in 2015, and you can hear that interview if you go to AmericanMadeBeauty.com and in the search box type Marianne, and her interview will pop up. During the last 27 years as beauty editor and publisher, Marianne has put her creative spin on a variety of magazines and has traveled all over the world covering the latest beauty trends, interviewing high-profile beauty professionals, and reporting on international trade shows and events. She's created award-winning feature predicting the day spa trend, an annual report from the largest beauty show in the world, Cosmoprof Bologna, and new publications like Shades of Beauty and American Salon. She's been a keynote speaker at any number of industry events and has judged national competitions like NAHA and Goldwell Color Zoom. In 2001, HarperCollins published Asian Beauty, which she co-wrote with celebrity makeup artist Margaret Kamor. She was also a beauty consultant on Live in L.A. and was interviewed for Lifetime Network's New Attitude and has appeared on Weekend Today, New York. Welcome, Marianne. I'm just delighted to have you with us.
I'm happy to be here. Long career, long time, Patty. I've known you.
That's right. And it's not a sad time. It's an exciting time. It's this next chapter, this next beginning. Tell us what do you have on the horizon as far as the next chapter?
Well, I've remained kind of a contributing editor to American Salon, and I do their custom published supplements, so maybe they'll do one on men or hair color. I've done a couple now, education, and I do branded inserts for them, so that it's just a little extra work, and it keeps my hand in. And I've been writing some freelance for believe it or not, a motorcycle magazine called Ride Texas, with the editor-in-chief is a former editor of American Salon from a long time ago, Kathy McFarland. She lives in Texas now, and she contacted me and said, could use your voice in this magazine. So that's been interesting. Nothing to do with beauty, but, it's been kind of fun. And I'm working on a novel. I've been trying to get my novel published, and I'm going to try to devote myself finally, that I have the time, to working on that kind of writing.
And can you give us a little hint on what's the subject matter of the novel?
Yeah, the novel is called Raised on Promises. Think of that Tom Petty song. She was an American girl raised on promises. It's kind of from another generation when girls were raised a certain way to believe if you did certain things, you'd never lose your job, your husband would never leave you. This was all a bunch of lies, of course, and so it's about women reinventing themselves when the worst happens. So that's kind of what it is.
That's great. That's great. So I know that you made this big change, and what is it what happens? I mean, you really have been at the pinnacle of this industry. What was the driver that made you decide to go ahead and pull the plug and retire?
I am going to be 70 years old in June, having a big birthday party. Yes, to celebrate. Somebody said to me, "You do not look that old," and I said, "It's hair dye." and really good skincare products. Repossage has saved my skin. That's what I credit it all to. I don't know being in the beauty biz, I think, helps you to kind of watch how you look. But no, I just decided that, you know what, I've been putting out a monthly magazine almost nonstop for 28 years now. That is a really grueling thing, and as much as I've loved it, it's like being on a treadmill or a hamster wheel, and you just don't even know how to get off because you just have to keep meeting your deadlines. But I'm at a point, I lost a couple of good friends. One of my high school friends died this year of ovarian cancer. That was a shock. I know some other people, women my age, who are struggling right now with issues. And I thought, I need to just slow down and kind of smell the roses and see what else there is for me in life. And that isn't just constant deadlines and traveling. The industry has changed a lot. You used to have, and you probably remember this, we used to have a show in the summer. We'd all go to Vegas for the BBSI, and then there was the International Beauty Show in New York, the one in Long Beach. Chicago show, that was it. Now companies are doing events. They're having shows. Editors are on the road almost nonstop, and it just got to be, I think it was exhausting me, and I finally thought, you know what, also, it's time to hand the reins over. Let somebody who's younger and has been, really deserves some kind of a promotion. Let them take over and kind of pick up the reins now. With the industry changing a lot, it just felt like the right time for me to step back and let somebody else take over. So, but I tell you what, there will never be a day, I will never go to any strange town and walk past a hair salon and not just go in to see what they're doing or what it looks like. It's like in your blood, and that's kind of,
Yeah, you never leave it. You never leave it.
Never. Right.
So as you look back, tell me a little bit about some of the significant things that you've seen during your career.
A lot. I'd go all the way back to, I started in 89, and right away, nail services, getting your nails done we used to call, Jan Arnold from C&D called it the stepchild of the beauty industry. You just couldn't get any respect. And women had a pedicure maybe if they were going on a cruise or it was in the summer and they were wearing sandals. You had manicures. They were considered a special thing. That took off huge in the 90s and became a grooming service. And a lot of it from all the working women out there, they had more discretionary income, but they wanted to look good. And, I started getting regular manicures back then, and I still do. I can't imagine doing my own nails. They're not looking right. That's one thing you can do for yourself that isn't that expensive. It's kind of almost recession-proof. But that was a big category that I saw take off, and the advancements in systems that could, create artificial nails. That was kind of the liquid powder systems got better, so nails didn't look so fake. And that took off. Then, of course, the day spa trend, and I wrote a story about that way back in, maybe it was 91. I was interviewing distributors about equipment and what they were seeing in salons, and many of them were reporting an increase in facial chairs, even Vichy showers, massage tables, and I just knew something was happening. And then, I kept investigating. I wrote a story called Paradise Found for American Salon. That story actually won an award from our parent company at the time. Out of all their magazines, I won an award for that story. But then we started, I started American Spa Magazine after that, and that's still going strong. So the day spa trend was something that came out of left field. just came out. And then keratin straighteners. Think about that, the Brazilian blowout. All of these, treatments that could make your hair look perfectly bone straight for a long period of time. That was huge. Blow dry bars. They all came in the 2000s, and it was who would believe that you'd have actual freestanding businesses that were just doing blowouts.
Right.
Hair color, huge. I remember they were just, introducing foiling way back when, and then, people were still doing frosting caps, and then that came into highlights and lowlights, and we had techniques like ombre, just got huge in the last decade, and then the vivid colors. When that came out, you just thought, oh, it's just for young kids. It's crazy pink, the pastels, the blues. Now, you see I know a woman in her 70s, a writer I know who has blue in the front of her hair now, in her gray hair.
I was at Disneyland. I was amazed to see this woman who must have been easily in her late 70s.
Yeah.
Her gray hair, it was pink.
Yeah.
And I was, it is. You're really seeing it being mainstream.
And hair color has become a huge thing, where that was another thing that was kind of like, nobody talked about it. But you had an aging boomer population getting gray. Nobody wants to be gray. I always think about that book, I Feel Bad About My Neck. Nora Ephron wrote it, and she talked about the hair dye was what changed everything. She said that's why she didn't look as old as her mother at a certain age, because that made a huge difference. I agree. And then we got the men's grooming market, the barbershop movement that took off in the last 5 years or so. And men's grooming, we were preaching the whole metrosexual thing back in 2000, 2001, and you weren't getting much traction, but I was writing about that for years. And then now it took a new generation of young guys to fully embrace that stuff and think it's not unmanly. Yeah, I'm going in for a facial. They get pedicures, manicures. There are freestanding men's salons now that offer all those services and are booked. Then we've got the oil craze. Moroccan oil launched that whole oil boom, and, who would have believed that? That was the whole thing. Permanent eyelashes, that they have freestanding eyelash salons now, where people are paying hundreds of dollars to get eyelashes. And I would say the biggest change, it's been very recent, it's been social media. That has changed the game, the landscape, everything. So, these are some of the highlights. And there's probably many more I'm totally forgetting. We just get used to them and think they've always been here.
And you're right. All of these, and I was one of the people that introduced the acrylic nail systems in Tucson, Arizona back in the 80s. So, you and I sort of gone in lockstep to see all of those. But you mentioned that the social media has been a game changer. Why? For the professional industry, why has that been such a huge game changer?
Well, for one thing, it's changing the way hairdressers are sharing information. They post photos on Instagram and other people see them. They're posting photos of their own clients. That gets the business. Using social media to generate business is amazing. Facebook can generate a ton of new business in your area. And I think people get confused. I was on a panel recently at an event. I'm going to be on a show called Late Night with Tev Singer. He is with Luxury Brand Partners, and he does a web-based talk show. And I was interviewed, and we talked about social media then. And one of the things we said, there are kids, young kids, who are getting, hundreds of thousands of followers on their Instagram posts, whatever. They've become, like Larissa Love, they've become kind of famous. They're getting to be the hot new name. But then there are lots of salon owners, though, who don't necessarily want to have followers in Bangladesh or London even. They want followers in their own town, their own area. All they want to use social media for is to get business, and it really works. There's a guy who has a salon called Shag. It's in Boston, and he started social media at least 8 years ago, Facebook, big time. And he still works it to his advantage. And he's booked. He has a load of hairdressers work for him. They're always booked because he really worked social media. So, it's kind of made your rise to the top a lot easier. You can get the word out now without waiting for it to get a company to hire you or to get in a magazine. You can do it yourself. It's DIY beauty careers is what social media has done.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So when you think back, is there some people that stand out as the biggest impact on you personally and professionally?
Oh, yeah, a lot of them. I mean, I think of Ann Mincy. She's one of the first people I met, Redken's ambassador of goodwill. She never said a bad thing about anyone. She raised the bar for everyone. She's the most motivating person. And I loved her from the minute I met her. She made me cry at a luncheon address. That was way back in '89. John Paul DeJoria, he's so wealthy and so famous, but he's so down to earth, and he's a true philanthropist. I mean, this man is just, he's a hippie heart, and he has this big company, but you would never know by the way he acts. Win Claybaugh, who's the dean of Paul Mitchell Schools, one of the most motivational people I've ever met. He has been such a positive support to me throughout my career. I think of Jerry Cosenza at Sebastian. She was a true visionary, and if Jerry said something really funny to me when she first met me, it was like in '89. I'd come from Pittsburgh, and I was wearing these really big earrings, and I remember we had lunch with her and our sales rep, and she leaned over and whispered kind of to me when she got up to go to the ladies and said, small earrings are in now. And I did not take that like she was criticizing me or badly. I knew what she meant. We had a shorthand that we never lost. She was telling me, you know what, I think you've got it and you could be something, but you have to know what's going on out here in L.A. So I'm telling you, there's no more big 80s earrings. And I got that, and we remained friends until she retired. She was just smarter than a whip. I want to mention Arnold Zigarelli in Pittsburgh. He was my hairdresser back when I wasn't in this industry, and when he found out I was interviewing at American Salon, he did my hair the day before, cut and colored it, and I remember he kept saying that I was made for this business, and he wrote me a letter of recommendation, and I gave it to my then editor, the editor that I interviewed with, which was Jane Morehouse, and I went to Cleveland for that interview, so that changed things, and then finally, just all the great, gifted hairdressers who have cut and colored my hair over the years. Mark Garrison in New York, Eve DeReef, Brad Johns was my colors forever, and now I have Carla Gentili and Nicole Hartman of Harper's Salon on Melrose here in L.A. They do my cut and color. They're terrific, and I don't know how I would have gotten along without all of these people in my life all these years.
Right. Well,
and short list actually.
Yeah, and it goes on and on because I'm always amazed at how many people know you and just not only look up to you because of the roles that you've had, but you've also been one of those people that you've kept your doors open. And if anyone, I know for me, long before we really had a relationship, if I ever called you or sent you a note or whatever, you always responded. You always kept the door open, and I think that's one of the reasons why people really not only respect you, but they look up to you and they love you. You've really been inspiration for a lot of people along the way as well. When you think back at the startups that were in our industry, is there any one of those that surprised you that they were successful?
You know, no, I don't think I was surprised. I mean, Moroccan Oil came along. It was like, whoa, it's not like I thought, oh, how could that ever succeed? But it came out of left field, and then everyone started coming out with oil products. It took off like crazy. I look back at American Crew when David Krakulio started that company. David really put himself on the map. I had just become publisher of American Salon, and David did these custom published supplements with me. We did 20-page supplements using all of the photos he did of all these young guys crewing, and that was a collaboration that really helped him get noticed fast. He was smart enough to figure out how to use a magazine to do that. He ponied up the money, and we put these things together, and it definitely got noticed. So that was cool. And then, you know, and if you want to talk about not even products, but years ago, back in the 90s, I started a magazine called Shades of Beauty with Lafayette Jones. He was our publisher, and I was the editor, and we were really too early with that, but people loved it. I mean, I had African-American hairdressers came up to me at shows and said, thank you for giving me a magazine I can be proud to be in. And I loved doing that magazine. I met so many great hairdressers that I didn't even know existed because our industry has remained very segregated. You know,
right.
And that's just the way it is, and it's really sad. But I met all these talented, gifted black hairdressers that I would have never known. without Shades of Beauty. And I'm sorry Shades of Beauty was a little too early. Advertisers didn't get it. Companies that largely sell to Caucasian audiences, they thought they'd have a line for African Americans, but that wasn't true. And we've misunderstood and that. We've called hair care. We've gone. It's not skin color. It's hair texture. And there's many lines out there that don't have to be changed to appeal to that market. So I'm hoping we're getting that finally.
Right, absolutely. All right, well, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to focus a little bit on some of the special moments and funniest moments that Marianne can share with us. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
Shh, over here. Here's a secret for a virus-free computer. ESET. They've been a pioneer in the antivirus industry for over 25 years. 25 years of innovative, top-rated antivirus protection. ESET's award-winning security solutions provide a safe online experience for over 100 million home and business computer owners. They are so affordable, fast, and simple to use. So be gone, you blue screen of death. ESET's on my computer. If it's not on yours, visit HealthyLife.net's advertiser page and click on ESET now.
Here's the thing about beauty. It's pretty. At AmericanMadeBeauty.com, we're all about the pretty, making it easy for you to find what makes your beauty shine. We have essentially everything you need, and AmericanMadeBeauty.com celebrates brands that were created right here in the U.S. of A. Imagine everything you need from the best hair, skin, and nail products to makeup and even the tools, because it's all about pretty at AmericanMadeBeauty.com. We also think you're pretty important, so visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com. Browse, buy, learn. AmericanMadeBeauty.com. We're looking for a few good American beauty manufacturers who want to increase their brand in an exclusive credentialed category. If you're an American company who has conceived, designed, and bottled brands that are all about pretty, then we're pretty sure we're talking about you. And we're pretty sure you should be on AmericanMadeBeauty.com. This beauty website focuses on entrepreneurs and beauty startups as well as established brands. If it's pretty, we want to see it, and we want to sell it on AmericanMadeBeauty.com. To learn how you can be part of AmericanMadeBeauty.com, visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com now.
What does HealthyLife.net and Amazon.com have in common? Well, they're both available on the Internet. They both give great value. But most important, most of our positive program hosts and guests are accomplished authors, and their books are available from, you got it, Amazon.com. Now, it even gets better than that, because when you're listening on air to a HealthyLife.net host or guest, you can go directly to Amazon.com, and you can order your book while you're still listening to your favorite HealthyLife.net program. So when you hear an author you like, go to the homepage of HealthyLife.net and click on Amazon.com.
Where positive people and radio unite. HealthyLife.net.
Welcome back. I'm Patty Schmucker, and you're listening to RadioAMB on HealthyLife.net. We're here with Marianne Dougherty, who is the retiring editor for American Salon Magazine after 26 years, and we're just delighted to hear some of her stories. Tell us, Marianne, when you think back over the last 26 years, what's one of the the funniest moments?
Well, yeah, the one that really pops up, I mean, I had a lot of fun with hairdressers when we used to go to shows and with some of my editors and those kind of things, but the moment that stands out is years ago when I was publisher at American Salon, I started in a fundraiser called The Hairdo, and it raised funds for breast cancer research for a couple of years, and then an AIDS support group for hairdressers for about 3 years. And we would have maybe 10 or 12, we'd call them acts. It was like a company would sponsor a team, and they weren't allowed to do hair on stage. That they weren't coming out to show hair being done. They were to create some kind of performance art, and they got 3 minutes each. And so I remember Floyd Kenyatta came with Paul Mitchell. We had Edward Tricomie in New York did a haircut on stage. He really wasn't supposed to do it, but what he did, he cut it to a Jimi Hendrix song, and it was like he had it all synced up, cut this girl's hair all off. But the one I remember was Orbe. We talked Orbe into coming, and this was before Orbe was really, he was an editorial juggernaut back in the 90s. He was so famous, mid-90s. And I couldn't believe he agreed to come. That was a huge thing, and we saw a lot of tickets with that. Well, I never saw what he was going to do, and I had no idea, but I guess the fire department was called in earlier in the day because he wanted to have some kind of flame shooting out of a blow dryer, and they had to put the kibosh on that. But that night when he finally came and did his thing, this model kind of crawled out on the stage. Literally, I don't think she was wearing anything but a thong, and he was using blow dryers like 6 shooters. It was the most unbelievable thing. And I was up in the balcony with a lot of the executives from Advanced Star, which was the company that owned American Salon then. And all I kept thinking is, my career is over. They're going to fire me. I'm done. And but it kind of went by. But I just remember being in such a state of shock. But that was Orbe. He really pushed the envelope, and the people's faces. There was a woman from Cleveland, an older woman in the bathroom later. I heard her say something like she could see, well, let's just say I won't use the word, but she could see her private parts, basically. She was astounded or horrified, or I don't know what she was, but it was like, oh, my God, I'd never seen that at a hair show. So that was kind of
what year was that?
That was probably like 96.
Yeah,
something like that. 96 or 97, maybe 97.
We think of ourselves as having been hip at that point, but that was still pretty taboo at that moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
We weren't getting much of that going on, so that was fun.
What about special moments? The one that you carry with it?
There's a lot of them, I would think. Let's see. I would say, some of them. Meeting Vidal Sassoon for the first time, I wrote an intro to Vivian McKinder's book. She wrote a book and asked me to write the foreword and interview Vidal, and I went to his offices in Beverly Hills, and I remember when I walked in, he said to me, "You have the cheekbones for us." I remember that, and I thought, well, I'd had a Sassoon haircut when I was in college. I went and paid a lot of money to get it, and so to meet him in person was astounding to me. And then all of the cities that I got to go to all over the world because of all the companies that would send me places. I mean, I was in Berlin a couple of times, Stockholm recently with Goldwell, Bologna, Milan, Paris. I was in London. But when I first started in this business, I got to go to Tokyo for the World Hairdressing Championships. And I spent 11 days there on American Salon's dime covering these championships. That would never happen now. But, oh, my gosh, that changed my life, that trip, being that far away from home. I was this girl from Pittsburgh who moved to L.A., and now I had to get a passport as an emergency to even go on this trip. I'd never been anywhere, and that was amazing. And then when I became publisher, Jerry Cosenza, Sebastian sponsored the Rainforest Foundation concert in New York City every year, and she gave me 2 tickets to that concert that year when it's congratulations, and I got to see Tammy Wynette sing Stand By Your Man, and I believe that Pavarotti did a duet with Whitney Houston. That was kind of a mind-blower. And one of the other moments is last year I went to Havana, to Cuba, with Inner Coiffure. That was an amazing trip, to be with all those hairdressers down there and to be there while it still looks like before it's going to be a Starbucks in every corner. That was a highlight. So I would say some of those are some great moments that I can remember.
And particularly what's special, and as you mentioned, your career track didn't start with the idea that you were going to be in media and or in the beauty industry. Is that right?
No, it didn't. I worked for a newspaper in Pittsburgh for 5 years in the copy department. Like I was in promotion, and then I wrote a lot of freelance for them. So when I applied for the American Salon job, I moved to L.A. My daughter was out here going to music school. I came out to visit, and I got off the plane, and I thought, I belong here. California just called to me, and I packed up my 14-year-old daughter and dragged her out, kicking and screaming. She didn't want to leave, but she was young. But now she's like, thank God you did that. It changed her life, too. But we moved out to California. I had no job. I had 100 resumes that were kind of padded because I hadn't really been a real paid editor. I'd been working in promotion, writing copy, ad copy. And I went and I got myself an interview. I had to drive down to Anaheim to meet with HR there because this company owned a lot of magazines, so the headquarters was in Anaheim for the HR department. And I interviewed, and I went back to Pittsburgh. I came out to L.A. to find a place to live, put a deposit on a rental house in Redondo Beach, flew back home. My mother woke me up as soon as I think I'd gone to sleep. I come in on a red eye and said, California's calling. And they called to see if I could go to Cleveland the next morning to interview with Jane Morehouse. So I drove there with my brother. We stayed overnight, and the next morning I was in her offices bright and early. And I left then to go on the road to drive to L.A. with a U-Haul and my car off the back. And I stopped at payphones. We didn't have any cell phones. I stopped at payphones on the way to call Anaheim to say, did she decide who's the editor yet? She kept saying, no, not yet. And then I called from the Painted Desert. Did she decide? No, not yet. But I think she was rooting for me. I wanted this job so bad.
Right.
And when Jane called to offer it to me, I felt like I'd hit the jackpot. It was just... It was a dream. I threw all the 99 other resumes away. I won a resume. It was meant to be, is the way I look at it that way, you know?
Right. But it is, I mean, when you look back and you just think about those special moments and the fun that you've had along the way, somebody believed in you, and you also believed in yourself. For a lot of people, that can be a daunting task. When we come back, let's talk a little bit about, your advice to people on how they, if they're in the middle of their career or they're just beginning, how to really stay focused and take those risks. Okay. So we'll be right back. So stay with us.
Here's the thing about beauty. It's pretty. At AmericanMadeBeauty.com, we're all about the pretty, making it easy for you to find what makes your beauty shine. We have essentially everything you need, and AmericanMadeBeauty.com celebrates brands that were created right here in the U.S. of A. Imagine everything you need from the best hair, skin, and nail products to makeup and even the tools, because it's all about pretty at AmericanMadeBeauty.com. We also think you're pretty important, so visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com. Browse, buy, learn. AmericanMadeBeauty.com.
For all your live or pre-recorded webcasting needs, come to earthchannel.com. Get your web-based message out to a select group or the whole world. It's easy. A pioneer in webcasting, earthchannel.com provides the best products and services to big corporations and government users. And now this same technology is available to you. They have the best Earthcast encoders, servers, and products to meet your technical needs. But wait, don't want to mess with technical stress? No problem. They'll do it for you. EarthChannel.com is your answer. You can use webcasting for lots of things like advertising, marketing, customer support, training, and don't forget web radio and TV. In fact, you're listening to a live Earthcast right now. So come to EarthChannel.com. Actualize your audio or video webcasting needs today. You can't beat the friendly service or the price. Call EarthChannel.com at 1-800-849-8978. That's 1-800-849-8978.
We're looking for a few good American beauty manufacturers who want to increase their brand in an exclusive credentialed category. If you're an American company who has conceived, designed, and bottled brands that are all about pretty, then we're pretty sure we're talking about you. And we're pretty sure you should be on AmericanMadeBeauty.com. This beauty website focuses on entrepreneurs and beauty startups as well as established brands. If it's pretty, we want to see it, and we want to sell it on AmericanMadeBeauty.com. To learn how you can be part of AmericanMadeBeauty.com, visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com now.
When you're looking for bedding, department store prices can shock you. Well, be shocked no more. Sell steak cheap, not cheap steak. That's the motto of Anna's Linens. Although they don't sell steak, they do sell the best bedding, bath, and home decor items. They strive to provide their merchandise at extreme value to their customers, and they do it. Great everyday prices on everything and military discounts. Plus, if you visit them online, they have clearance items and internet specials. Visit them online now at HealthyLife.net's advertiser page.
Radio your way. HealthyLife.net.
Welcome back. I'm Patty Schmucker, and you're listening to RadioAMB on HealthyLife.net. I'm here with Marianne Dougherty, the retiring editor of American Salon Magazine after 26 years, and soon to be a new novelist. I'm excited to be the first to announce that. So, Marianne, tell us a little bit about where you see the industry going in the future. You've been here on the front row seat watching it in the last 26 years. What's ahead?
Right. Well, I think we're at a pivotal moment now where a lot of things are changing and shifting. This is a major paradigm shift. And social media, I think, is having an enormous impact on this industry. We've got, like we said, the Instagrammers becoming stars overnight. I remember when I started in this career, booth rental was, you just never mentioned that word. That was considered the worst. You had to work in a full-service salon, and now booth rental is becoming so commonplace. It's very big in California anyway, but it's spreading. And look at the whole thing with salon suites. They're exploding. Young people, and I remember thinking when I first was seeing that, I thought, oh, how's that going to work? You're going to go in a room all by yourself. Where are you going to get your clients? But I was thinking very old school. And these kids are starting to use social media to attract clients. Well, they're still in beauty school. I found out that they're getting into these salon suites and they already have a clientele build up. They don't need to do it the old-fashioned way, the old-school way. They can cut a lot of corners. Now, whether that's going to work out in the long run remains to be seen. It depends on how much education they get. And I still believe that working in a full-service salon like, Van Council Salon down in Atlanta, he's amazing. They provide solid education, a career path, 401k, medical, all that stuff. You don't have to do it all yourself, and they guide you to build your career, so they give you a blueprint. And I know a lot of full-service salons that do that, but those are a very small percentage of what's in this industry. There are a lot of mom-and-pop salons. People get out of beauty school, go to work there, they don't get any guidance, and then they fail. So young kids are really using the Internet now to take the reins and kind of develop their own thing, and it's working for them. Retail has changed. You can buy any product online now that you want, and that used to be, it had to be in salons only, but now, you're just seeing it. You've seen them like, okay, we'll recommend a salon where you can buy them, or we give the salon a kickback. There have been all kinds of programs created to try to help the salon, but I just think the writing on the wall is that we're heading to a point where salons aren't going to be the ones retailing. It's just that everyone's going to buy stuff online. I know people now who don't even want to sell more expensive lines because their clients buy it cheaper online, and their feeling is, well, why am I bothering? So that's something has to be worked out. I don't even know where that's all going.
Let me ask you, though, when Stephen Moody was on with us, one of the things he said, and I love this line, I've repeated it over and over again, and that is that beauty is a team sport. It's football, not golf. And as you said, if it's possible to be able to get into an environment where you get the benefits of working as part of the team for a long-term career, do you feel like that is the fertile ground to get the best opportunity to be successful in the industry?
Absolutely, and I know it sounds old school, but a lot of things that are old school are coming back. Look at record players, vinyl.
Well, and just because it's old school doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad.
No, it doesn't. And I think the trouble is to have people like Stephen Moody. He's great, and he's worked at great places and provided this kind of fertile ground. I think that is still the best place to learn, and I still think that's the future if you want a long-term career. How long can you work in a room by yourself? And really, who are you playing anything off of? Who are you learning from? Yeah, you can go on the Internet. I think also the Internet, we're going to reach a point where people are going to be exhausted, and I think that's even happening now. People need to communicate in person. You need to see people face to face. You can't do everything on a screen. I just don't think it's healthy in the long run. Like magazines. We were told magazines are going out. They were closing. Hairdressers love their hard copy magazines. So I don't see that happening. I just think people, they love to sit and look at them. I know hairdressers will say, I take it to bed, or I read it with a cup of tea in the break room. I don't want to look at everything on a computer screen. All these beautiful photos that people take and we publish, you don't see that the same when it's scrolling on a feed. It's just different. You can read Newsweek that way, but beauty, I think, is a different animal. So
I agree. So when you look at people who are in the middle of their career in the industry, and there are people that are 50s, 40s, 50s. What kind of advice do you give them as far as staying relevant?
Well, I've talked to Michael Cole about this. I interviewed him for a story that we did on social media last year, and he said that one of his biggest segment of people who he's educating now are people in their 40s and 50s who said a lot of them didn't even have phones where they could store a lot of photos on, and he's had to give them an education about getting a really good smartphone where you can store a lot of photos. You have to be able to use that phone to share photos, to share things. Social media is crucial. He said if you are an older hairdresser and even 40, and you say, you know what, I don't really care about being on Instagram, or I don't care about, being on Facebook all the time, you're going to get left in the dust, is basically what he's saying. So I think it's important that you have to teach an old dog new tricks. You have to learn how to stay current on those things. That's crucial from all the experts I've talked to. The other one, stay current on trends. Don't just keep doing the same hairstyle on your clients because that's what you did. Don't be lazy. Try to see what's going on out there. See, try to, if all these vivid colors and you say, I don't want to do them, I only do low lights or highlights, or I do single process, you're missing out on opportunities to attract another type of client. Your clients don't live forever, and you don't want them all dying off, and you don't have any new audience. So find out what's out there, what's going on. I think education, crucial. Learn as much as you can, especially about the services now that are hot. I mean, I have a friend back in Pittsburgh area who is in her 50s, late 50s, and she has gone and learned how to do the eyelash extension because she said, I need to know how to do some of this stuff so that I could get some new clients. She went into classes, got certified. Now she's offering that as a service. She went and learned how to do microdermabrasion years ago, so she could offer that as a service. So you need to find out what's happening out there, who's doing what are new services, what are hot, what are clients demanding, especially clients maybe younger than your clientele, because you could always be finding new clients. So I think, that kind of thing, but stay passionate, and education is crucial. I can't stress it enough.
Right, exactly. And when you think about those that are say just coming out of beauty school, you mentioned that they're much more involved in social media and much more proactive in terms of building their career. But are there some lessons from the past that you can pass on to our youngest new professionals coming into the industry to help them look at a successful career?
I think they need to find a great salon to work at, somewhere where they feel that the owner is involved, is offering education, and that's important. And I think they should be willing to get up and move to a different city if they think there's more opportunities there. Don't just stay in your backyard if nothing's happening. Don't sell yourself short either. Learn as much as you can, educate yourself, and then you have something to offer. That's really important. You have to offer something too. Don't expect it to be handed to you.
I love that. Yeah, it's a great salon. Find a great salon with an owner that's involved. Be willing to take a risk and move to someplace else. Don't sell yourself short, and be willing to work hard. I mean, that's really sound advice. So we're gonna take a break, and when we come back, for the last segment, we've been trying to do this segment as a wellness segment. We're going to talk to Marianne about being the recipient of the Lifetime Achievement Award for the Beauty Bus, and why Marianne is excited about supporting this organization that is helping to support those in the wellness area. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
Here's the thing about beauty. It's pretty. At AmericanMadeBeauty.com, we're all about the pretty, making it easy for you to find what makes your beauty shine. We have essentially everything you need, and AmericanMadeBeauty.com celebrates brands that were created right here in the U.S. of A. Imagine everything you need, from the best hair, skin, and nail products to makeup and even the tools, because it's all about pretty at AmericanMadeBeauty.com. We also think you're pretty important, so visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com. Browse, buy, learn. AmericanMadeBeauty.com.
When you're looking for bedding, department store prices can shock you. Well, be shocked no more. Sell steak cheap, not cheap state. That's the motto of Anna's Linens. Although they don't sell steak, they do sell the best bedding, bath, and home decor items. They strive to provide their merchandise at extreme value to their customers, and they do it. Great everyday prices on everything and military discounts. Plus, if you visit them online, they have clearance items and internet specials. Visit them online now at HealthyLife.net's advertiser page.
We're looking for a few good American beauty manufacturers who want to increase their brand in an exclusive credentialed category. If you're an American company who has conceived, designed, and bottled brands that are all about pretty, then we're pretty sure we're talking about you. And we're pretty sure you should be on AmericanMadeBeauty.com. This beauty website focuses on entrepreneurs and beauty startups as well as established brands. If it's pretty, we want to see it, and we want to sell it on AmericanMadeBeauty.com. To learn how you can be part of AmericanMadeBeauty.com, visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com now.
Oh, man, it never fails. My suitcase just got ripped apart.
Life is a journey. Make it a pleasant one. Use Samsonite. You know the name. For almost a century, Samsonite luggage has proved itself to be the worldwide leader in innovative travel solutions. Let it be yours. Visit HealthyLife.net's affiliate Samsonite on our homepage and click to look at the fine luggage from suitcases to golf travel bags. And don't forget, take a look at their travel accessories. Make life a journey, a pleasant one, with Samsonite.
HealthyLife.net, where positive overcomes negative.
Welcome back. I'm Patty Schmucker, and you're listening to Radio AMB on HealthyLife.net. I'm here with a wonderful woman who has made such a contribution to our industry, Marianne Dougherty. We've had a wonderful conversation, and I'm honored that I've had the opportunity to watch Marianne be such an incredible leader in our industry. Marianne, you are involved in and will be receiving an award coming up from an organization called Beauty Bus. Can you start by telling us a little bit about what Beauty Bus is?
Sure. The Beauty Bus Foundation was started about 8 years ago, and it was founded in memory of Melissa Morantz Neely. She passed away when she was only 28 from a degenerative neuromuscular disease. But Melissa was a girly girl and just loved her day at the spa. And eventually she just couldn't leave her home because of her illness. So her cousin, Alicia Morantz Liotta, scheduled an in-home beauty service for her. And she saw that this brought such joy to her that she was inspired to found, with Melissa's sister, Wendy Morantz Levine, they launched Beauty Bus Foundation. And what they do is they have volunteers that come to people's homes and offer beauty and grooming services. They also offer the services to the caregiver. And I was at a home visit, and what I saw, it's not just, they gave a mani-pedi to somebody who's been bedridden for quite a long time. It was, I watched the girl they did the service to, she was visibly upset. Now, she didn't talk. She was on a kind of a machine to help her breathe. She had been very ill since she was a little kid. But she seemed agitated when we got there. But I watched as her hands were being massaged, her feet massaged, and these services were being provided. And the technician was talking to her in a gentle tone of voice, and one of the other volunteers kind of stroking her forehead and talking to her. How have you been? You know, we've missed you. This girl just visibly relaxed. You could just see it. These services, this provides so much more than just, okay, we did her hair, we gave her a pedicure. This is about providing dignity and hope for somebody, and just companion. If somebody comes into your world, which has become very small now, you're bedridden, or you can't leave your home, and somebody comes every month, and there they are, and they become friends with you, and they're going to make you feel better about yourself, look better. It's kind of an amazing transformation to watch. So I just think it's a wonderful organization, and I was really happy to be honored by them.
And the whole in purpose and the noble purpose behind this, where it really is the highlight of what our industry is. As you mentioned, it's much more than just doing a beauty service. It truly is a wellness for not only the person who is at a point where they can't get out of the home, but also the caregiver. I thought that was a really interesting aspect of their mission, because that caregiver can not only be limited in terms of their capabilities to get out and things like that, but also feeling like their buckets need to be refilled.
Right,
I'm sure that's a huge aspect of the success of this group as well.
Well, one man who had been caring for his wife who had cancer for 3 years, and they gave him a haircut, and he said, he goes, it just made me feel human again. It's like you just, grooming services, beauty services, people can act like they're superficial, but that's not true. Anything that this industry, I've watched people do, they transform people's lives. I've watched people come to life. Their inner, whoever they are on the inside may have been tamped down by bad things that happened or tragedy or whatever. And I've watched makeover sessions where people just, you see their personality come to the forefront and they're like renewed. And that's the aspect of wellness that I find in all of this is to put you in touch with who you really are inside, and these services can do that. It's kind of astounding in a way, but and plus it's just the love that comes out of the hairdressers, the cosmetologists, beauty professionals, whatever you want to say, that come to these visits. They truly are doing this. I mean, this is complimentary services. They're volunteering. They take a day. They go visit people and make this commitment. And then they love their people that they work with, and they become like family to them. And you just see the outpouring of attention, love. Hairdressers are great that way. They know how to focus on someone else. It's never about them. It's about their client, and it's just amazing. It's how they are. So, I just think it's wonderful, and I really have nothing but respect for the hairdressers that volunteer for this organization.
Absolutely. And so in May, there is their annual celebration, which is partly to highlight all of those wonderful people that have volunteered their time to give, but it's also a fundraiser. Tell us about the date and the event that's coming up.
Well, it's May 7th here in Los Angeles. It's at the Skirball Center, and it'll be in the afternoon from 2 to 5. There's lots going on. You can buy a ticket still, get a seat at the table, open seating. There's food stations. They offer complimentary beauty services. You can get eyelashes, you can get your brows done, you can get your nails done, all kinds of makeup services. There's a kids' corner, men's grooming services, lots of fun. There's a great silent auction. You get a beauty bag, get a VIP ticket, you get a whole lot of extras. It's just a wonderful way to help them raise money. And then Ann Minsky will be giving me my award, which I'm really thrilled about. And I'm assuming I will speak a little bit about what we've been talking about, this industry. But a lot of longtime friends of mine I've known for years in this business are coming to this event, which really warms my heart, and so I'll see a lot of them there. But it's not too late to make a donation, and it doesn't matter how small. It could be $25 if that's all you can afford. But if you're listening and you want to help, get in touch with them, you can send an email to Bonnie at beautybus.org, and she will guide you through how to do this before, the time runs out. We have a few weeks left. And I think you can still actually buy a ticket as of Monday, the 24th. But, but definitely if you can donate anything, any amount will help. If you knew me during your career, if I did anything to help you, or if you liked anything I've written, donate something in my name. Tell them it's in my name. There's a couple of other honorees. And we just want to raise as much money as we can to keep this organization functioning and let them do what they do so well.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity to do that. You can also go to AmericanMadeBeauty.com. We are featuring the Beauty Bus on the very front page of our website, and you can click through there, and that'll take you to their website where you can donate, buy tickets. Marianne, I would be delighted to be there. Unfortunately, I am going to be on my way to Chile, where I will be speaking on behalf of the beauty industry. I've been asked to speak over there, so that's the only reason why I won't be there, but we will be supporting you. And a Lifetime Achievement Award seems very small for all of the contribution that you've made to our industry. It's just exciting to watch you, and we know this isn't the end. You've got some exciting things that you're going to continue to be doing, and we'll look forward to continuing to hear your voice. As we've got a few minutes left in any parting words.
This has been the most wonderful career. Years ago, there was a woman in our industry named Nancy Flynn. She had a marketing research firm. She took me to dinner early in my career. I'd been maybe here for a couple years. I was younger, and she said, she said to me, "You're a lifer." And I remember thinking, oh, my gosh, it sounded like a death sentence. And she meant I'll never leave the beauty industry. And at the time, I felt like, well, wait, don't say that. How do you know? Maybe I want to write for Newsweek or whatever. You know, maybe I was going to write that novel that I wanted to write or whatever it was. I felt like she was basically sentencing me to a life in beauty with no way out. Well, she knew something. She recognized something in me, and what it was that I genuinely loved hairdressers, and when I talk about them, she said my whole face lit up. And I cannot tell you, I have most of my good friends today are hairdressers. So many of them.
For all your live or pre-recorded webcasting needs, come to earthchannel.com. Get your web-based message out to a select group or the whole world. It's easy. A pioneer in webcasting, earthchannel.com provides the best products and services to big corporations and government users. And now this same technology is available to you. They have the best Earthcast encoders, servers, and products to meet your technical needs. But wait, don't want to mess with technical stress? No problem. They'll do it for you. EarthChannel.com is your answer. You can use webcasting for lots of things like advertising, marketing, customer support, training, and don't forget web radio and TV. In fact, you're listening to a live Earthcast right now. So come to EarthChannel.com. Actualize your audio or video webcasting needs today. You can't beat the friendly service or the price. Call earthchannel.com at 1-800-849-8978. That's 1-800-849-8978.
Here's the thing about beauty. It's pretty. At AmericanMadeBeauty.com, we're all about the pretty, making it easy for you to find what makes your beauty shine. We have essentially everything you need, and AmericanMadeBeauty.com celebrates brands that were created right here in the U.S. of A. Imagine everything you need from the best hair, skin, and nail products to makeup and even the tools, because it's all about pretty at AmericanMadeBeauty.com. We also think you're pretty important, so visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com. Browse, buy, learn. AmericanMadeBeauty.com.
Obstacle racing. You know you want to try it. Well, try Reebok's Spartan Race, the global leader in obstacle racing. With 4 different race levels, their goal is to get you up off the couch and throw you into the mud and on the trails to give you the adrenaline rush of your life. Obstacle courses are designed to test your resilience, strength, stamina, quick decision-making skills, and give you the ability to laugh in the face of adversity. Visit HealthyLife.net advertiser page and click on Spartan Race.
HealthyLife.net, the positive radio network.
Marianne, thank you. It's been a pleasure having you with us, and we look forward to seeing much more from you. That'll do it for us today. Next week, we sit down with an Atlanta man that is not only transforming beauty in Atlanta, but because of his generous heart, he's opening the pathways of collaboration over an entire industry. Join me next week when I sit down with Van Council of Van Michael Salon. Thanks for listening to Radio AMB, where we think pretty is pretty important in all things in beauty.